Good morning and welcome back to another video. So last night I did a mammoth 9 hours inking session to rectify an inking that I started, spilt coffee on, had a bit of a disaster and then had to restart, and it's an A4 commission, so it was quite big. I had to redo half of it and then obviously finish the other half off. But I'd spent a whole 9 hours doing it last night. My hand is very sore. I finally finished it. I'm really pleased. I'm just glad that that's done and I'm able to give it to, you know, the buyer and not have to pull out of it because of time. But my hand is a bit sore. I kind of just want a bit of a relaxed day. So we are going to go on a little coffee date together. I'm going to take some inking, maybe not inking because I'm a bit bored of it, and a few watercolours maybe, and see if we can just have a bit of a chill time at the coffee shop and see what we produce. So come along, come on, come on, what are you waiting for? Come on. Sometimes you just need a little break, a little time to recharge and reset, and I definitely did that by going on this little coffee date. It was lovely. The atmosphere here was very nice. This is Tampen Steam. If you're in the area of Murfield, you may already know the place, but if you haven't checked it out, I suggest you do. It is a really lovely atmosphere. It's always hustling and bustling, and you know, there's just some friendly people. I was sat just sketching and I started with a little warm-up of some seats that were just in front of me. You see those a little bit later, and it's not the best sketch I've ever done, but it was really nice to just loosen up, and you always should warm up before you start any piece of artwork. It does help get your hand nice and warm, your wrist nice and warm, and just gets those creative juices flowing. And as I started doing my main piece, which I was inspired by some images I saw on Pixabay of these two tigers, I thought they were lovely and I really wanted to do those, so that's what inspired me. So I took that free reference photo and did those. But as I was doing it, you know, being out in a coffee shop's lovely. You meet some nice people. Sometimes you don't talk to anyone, and that's also lovely and nice and quiet. But on this occasion, a lovely gentleman and a lovely lady, both on separate occasions, had a little talk with me, had a look at the artwork, said they liked it, which is always nice to hear. And the gentleman was saying that he was an illustrator, but he did kind of like an interior design, but the old school way, not on the computer anymore, and he said he loved it. And we just had a long chat about how, you know, nowadays you're kind of glued to your screen, and you are. I'm constantly trying to look at Instagram and what I can do to up my followers and things like that, and you are just glued to your screen. And I feel very fortunate, and we were both in agreement that doing art is a really meditative process. It really resets you. Even doing it for YouTube, I find it's still a massive outlet for me. You know, I have a bad day at work, I turn to doing a bit of art, and it's always a lovely meditative grounding process that just makes me feel really relaxed and really at ease with things, and, you know, calms me down if I'm having a bad day or cheers me up if I'm feeling a bit sad. It's just one of these things. And you know, talking to this guy, it was very nice, and we both just had a lot in common, talking about how art is very nice to do, especially as a little hobby like this. And it was just nice to chat to someone and, you know, share creativity with them. It was very nice. So again, I'm using my magic inks that we received in a scroll box a couple of months ago. It's still an ink that I'm really enjoying. I think probably because it's in this really nice little plastic bottle, which hence the really big wad of tissue paper I have spilt in a coffee shop before this, and I'm a little bit stung by that, but it's a lovely handy little travel pot of ink, and I'm using my little travel pen as well, which you saw in my October favourites. Both really favourite supplies for out and about inking. and I'm using my what's it called, Yetee sketchbook in A6. So these are the lovely tigers. I did a quick sketch of them first and then went into inking, and I really wanted to use my watercolours for some reason, but I also was really kind of I felt more in my comfort zone doing a bit of inking, so I did this inking, a really nice light line work. I wasn't trying to be photorealistic or anything of the sort. I was just really trying to relax and sketch. It was way more of a sketching process than a, you know, coming up with a really finished, polished piece. And then I go in with some Winsor & Newton Cotman watercolours, which I have in my handy travel Yetee mini palette, and I go in with some of that colour and just add in some oranges to contrast the green and also add some colour into the tiger's fur as well. And I really enjoyed it. It was a really lovely couple of hours out, and like I say, I really felt recharged and reset, ready to tackle some more commissions. So I think that's all from me. I'll let you enjoy the rest of the Tranquil video. I hope you have enjoyed. Please let me know if you have, and I will see you in the next video.